Jacob's tale unfolds as a grand adventure of belief, trickery, and renewal. It resonates across generations. In a realm where cleverness frequently outshines honesty, Jacob's experiences force us to face difficult realities about our own character and about the heavenly design. Have you ever pondered how the divine can employ flawed individuals to achieve sacred goals? Prepare yourself. This account will test your ideas of fairness and compassion. We start in the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 21. Isaac pleaded with the Almighty for his spouse since she could not bear children. The Almighty responded to his plea. His wife Rebekah conceived. In olden days, infertility was viewed as a misfortune. Rebekah endured that weight for 2 decades. Picture the hopelessness that likely overwhelmed this pair, clinging to the vow given to Abraham, yet childless. The divine's reply to Isaac's entreaty arrived with challenges. The infant struggled inside her. Rebekah wondered aloud, "Why does this occur to me?" So she sought guidance from the Almighty. The Almighty told her, "2 groups dwell in your womb. 2 societies from you shall divide. One society shall prove mightier than the other. The elder shall submit to the younger." From within the womb, the divine already reversed typical customs. The elder would yield to the younger. A theme emerged, one destined to defy societal norms repeatedly. When delivery time arrived, twin sons emerged from her womb. The initial one appeared reddish, his entire form resembling a furry cloak. Thus, they called him Esau. Following him, his sibling emerged, clutching Esau's ankle. Thus, they named him Jacob. Isaac reached 60 years when Rebekah delivered them. The twins' distinctions show plainly from birth. Esau, the elder, displayed redness and hairiness. Such features hinted at a tough, spontaneous personality. Jacob arrived holding his brother's foot, an action suggesting his sly, resolute nature. As the lads matured, their contrasts sharpened further. Esau grew into an expert tracker, a wanderer of vast lands. Jacob preferred dwelling near home amid the dwellings. Isaac, fond of hunted meat, cherished Esau. Yet Rebekah favored Jacob. Favoring one child over another planted roots of strife, roots that would sprout into profound splits. It provides an eternal teaching on the perils of unequal treatment among offspring. An apparently minor event then shifted the brothers' paths dramatically. One day, as Jacob prepared a broth, Esau returned from the fields, exhausted and hungry. He told Jacob, "Hurry, give me some of that crimson broth. I starve." This explains his alternate name, Edom. Jacob responded, "First, trade me your inheritance rights." Esau declared, "See, death approaches me. What use is inheritance to me?" Yet Jacob insisted, "Pledge it to me now." So Esau vowed to him and exchanged his inheritance for the meal. Jacob then provided Esau bread and bean soup. Esau consumed, drank, rose, and departed. In that instant, Esau scorned his inheritance. This trade exposes volumes about each brother. Esau, rash, guided by momentary hunger, agreed to surrender his esteemed role, his holy legacy, for mere food. Jacob, conversely, exhibited deliberate astuteness. He spotted a chance and grasped it. Although his deeds might appear dubious now, they display keen awareness of the inheritance's worth and readiness to pursue it relentlessly. The inheritance extended beyond mere possessions. It included holy favors, the duty to guide the clan, and to advance the sacred assurances to Abraham. By scorning his inheritance, Esau revealed short-sightedness, indifference to what the divine had assured. For Jacob, gaining the inheritance marked merely the initial phase in his quest to inherit those assurances. Though his approaches raised questions, his resolve to claim holy favors recurred throughout his existence. This lone occurrence lays groundwork for all that ensues. Jacob's cleverness and persistence will elevate him greatly, but also thrust him into disputes and hazards. His narrative teaches us that the divine can utilize even our defects, even our shortcomings, to accomplish broader aims. Now the tale advances to a pivotal scene. Isaac grew aged, his sight nearly gone. He summoned his elder son Esau and stated, "My child." "Yes, parent," Esau replied. Isaac declared, "Age burdens me. Death's timing eludes me. Gather your arms, bow and arrows. Venture to the wilderness. Capture prey for me. Cook the savory dish I crave. Present it for me to consume, that I might grant you favor before passing." The favor was no simple ritual. It held prophetic power. It would mold the recipient's fate and that of his lineage. Isaac aimed to favor Esau, ignoring the prior inheritance trait. Maybe he remained ignorant of the brother's deal or deemed it void. Regardless, his aim sparked happenings that altered the household eternally. Rebekah overheard Isaac's words to Esau. Once Esau departed to hunt, she addressed Jacob. "I listened as your father instructed your brother Esau. Fetch prey, make tasty food, that I might favor you before the Almighty prior to death. Now, child, heed my orders. Visit the herd, fetch 2 fine young goats, so I can create the flavorful meal your father adores. Then deliver it to him to eat, that he favors you before death." Her scheme was daring. It carried risks. She not only opposed her spouse's intent, she endangered her preferred child greatly. Her reasons mixed intricately, perhaps wishing to realize the divine's foretelling, perhaps strong affection for Jacob, perhaps conviction he suited leadership better. Jacob paused initially, not due to ethics, but dread of discovery. He stated, "However, my brother Esau possesses hair, while I remain smooth. Suppose my father feels me? I would seem a deceiver, inviting curse instead of favor." His mother responded, "Child, accept any curse upon me. Simply follow my words." So Jacob complied. Rebekah readied the meal. She clothed Jacob in Esau's finest garments. She draped his hands and neck's bare area with goat hides. Then she gave him the meal and baked loaves. Jacob approached his father. Suspense builds. "Father," Jacob spoke. "Yes? Which son are you?" Isaac inquired. "I am Esau, your elder," Jacob falsified. "I followed your command. Kindly rise, partake of my catch, that you favor me." Isaac questioned, "How did you succeed so swiftly, child?" "The Almighty your divine granted me fortune," Jacob claimed, even citing the divine to bolster the falsehood. Isaac requested, "Approach, that I may feel you, child, to confirm if you truly are Esau." Jacob drew near. Isaac felt him and remarked, "The tone belongs to Jacob, yet the hands match Esau." He failed to identify him since the hands felt hairy, akin to Esau's. Thus, he granted the favor. Isaac inhaled the aroma of the garments and favored Jacob, declaring, My son's scent resembles a meadow blessed by the Almighty. May the divine grant you sky's moisture, earth's bounty, plentiful crops, and fresh vine. May groups yield to you, societies kneel before you. Rule your siblings. May your mother's offspring kneel to you. Cursed those who curse you, favored those who favor you." The favor overflowed with vivid promises, encompassing wealth, authority, and unique holy standing. Paradoxically, it encompassed rule over siblings, mirroring the pre-birth foretelling. Jacob barely exited his father's space when Esau entered from the hunt. He likewise prepared savory food, delivered it to his father, and said, "Father, rise, consume my catch, that you favor me." Isaac asked, "Who are you?" "I am Esau, your elder," he responded. Isaac shook fiercely. He exclaimed, "Then who brought prey earlier?" "I consumed it before your arrival, favored him, and truly he shall prosper." Upon hearing his father's statement, Esau cried out loudly and bitterly, "Favor me also, father," he begged. But Isaac replied, "Your sibling arrived deceitfully, claimed your favor." Esau exclaimed, "Does his name not fit Jacob? Twice he exploits me. He claimed my inheritance, now my favor." Then he inquired, "Do you hold no favor for me?" Isaac answered, "I appointed him ruler over you, all kin his servants, sustained him with crops and vine. What remains for you, child?" Esau pleaded, "Is there but one favor, father? Favor me also." Then Esau sobbed loudly. His anguish runs deep. Only now he comprehends fully his loss. Isaac provided Esau a lesser favor, foretelling hardship, but eventual release from his brother's control. Yet Esau's rage ignited. He harbored resentment toward Jacob over the favor his father bestowed. He thought, "Mourning days for my father near. Then I shall slay my brother Jacob." The menace proved genuine. Peril loomed. Rebekah discovered Esau's scheme. She called Jacob and warned, "Esau plots your death. Child, obey me. Escape immediately to my brother Laban in Haran. Remain there briefly till your brother's anger fades. When he calms, forgets your deeds, I will summon you back. Why lose you both in one day?" Her strategy safeguards Jacob and upholds the vowed descent. Isaac likewise summons Jacob and favors him knowingly now. He directs, "Avoid wedding a local woman. Depart promptly to Paddan Aram, to your mother's father's home, Bethuel. Choose a spouse there from Laban's daughters, your mother's kin. May the all-powerful favor you, make you abundant, multiply you into people's assembly. May he bestow on you and heirs Abraham's favor, to possess this foreign land, the territory the divine granted Abraham." Then Isaac dispatched Jacob. Jacob exited Beersheba, headed toward Haran. Reaching a spot, he halted overnight, sun having set. Using a nearby rock as headrest, he reclined to rest. Envision Jacob, solitary first time, escaping home, resting outdoors, rock for cushion. In this fragile instant, the divine elects to appear remarkably. Jacob dreamed. He beheld a ladder grounded on earth, summit touching sky. Divine messengers climbed and descended it. Above stood the Almighty, declaring, "I am the Almighty, your father Abraham's divine, Isaac's divine. I grant you and heirs this ground where you lie. Your heirs shall match earth's dust, expand west, east, north, south. All earth people shall gain blessing via you and heirs. I accompany you, guard you everywhere, return you here. I forsake you not till fulfilling my vow." This latter vision powerfully discloses heaven-earth link and divine's ongoing presence in Jacob's path. The holy vow renews favors to Abraham and Isaac, now directly to Jacob. Awakening, Jacob reflected, "Certainly the Almighty occupies this site. Unaware was I." Fear struck him. He uttered, "How majestic this location! None but divine's abode, heaven's portal." Next dawn, Jacob positioned his headrest rock as column, anointed it with oil. He dubbed the site Bethel, formerly Luz. Jacob vowed, declaring, "If the divine accompanies me, guards my travels, provides sustenance and attire, returns me safely home, then the Almighty becomes my divine. This column rock shall serve divine's abode. Of all you provide, 1/10 I return you." This pledge initiates Jacob's personal bond with the divine. First instance, Jacob recognizes the divine not solely as ancestors, but his own. Jacob proceeded, arriving in eastern lands. He spotted a field well, 3 sheep herds nearby. His animals drank there. A massive rock sealed the well's opening. Upon full herds assembly, herders shifted the rock, watered animals, replaced it. Jacob queried the herders, "Friends, whence come you?" "From Haran," they answered. He asked, "Know you Laban, Nahar's descendant?" "Yes," they confirmed. "Fares he well?" "Well indeed," they said. "Behold, his daughter Rachel approaches with sheep." "Observe," Jacob noted, "daylight persists. Not yet herding time. Water sheep, return them grazing." They countered, "Impossible, till all herds gather, rock removed, then water." As he conversed, Rachel arrived with her father's flock, being shepherd. Upon sighting Rachel, Laban's daughter, his mother's kin, and sheep, Jacob advanced, displaced the well's rock alone, watered Laban's animals. Jacob kissed Rachel, wept loudly. He informed her of kinship to her father, Rebekah's son. She rushed, informed her father. This well meeting recalls family histories, like Abraham's aid locating Rebekah. Jacob's solo rock removal displays strength and wished to captivate Rachel. Laban hastened to greet him, hugged, kissed, led him home. Jacob recounted events. Laban affirmed, "You share my blood and bone." Warm welcome soon became labor pact. Laban told Jacob, "As relative, labor gratis? State your pay." Laban possessed 2 daughters, elder Leah, younger Rachel. Leah's eyes appeared delicate, Rachel lovely in shape and face. Jacob loved Rachel. He offered, "Serve you 7 years for younger daughter Rachel." Laban agreed. "Better you than another. Remain." Jacob labored 7 years for Rachel. Those years felt mere days due to love. Anticipated time arrived. Jacob told Laban, "Grant my spouse. Term complete, I desire union." Laban assembled locals, hosted banquet. Evening, he presented daughter Leah to Jacob, who united with her. Laban assigned servant Zilpah to Leah. Dawn revealed Leah. Jacob confronted Laban. "What deed is this? Serve for Rachel? No. Why trick me?" Irony stands clear. Jacob, deceiver of sightless father, now tricked in night shadows. His query, "Why deceive me?" parallels Esau's likely past question. Laban explained, "Custom forbids younger wedding before elder. Complete this bridal period, then receive younger, for additional 7 years' labor." Jacob consented. Finished week with Leah. Laban granted Rachel as spouse. Assigned servant Bilhah to Rachel. Assigned servant Bilhah to Rachel. Jacob united with Rachel too, loving her above Leah. Labored another 7 for Laban. Jacob thus wed 2 siblings, breeding ongoing strain and competition. His greater love for Rachel echoes parental bias, continuing family discord cycle. Offspring arrive amid competition. Leah births Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah. Rachel, barren, offers servant Bilhah to Jacob. She births Dan, Naphtali. Leah, ceasing births, offers servant Zilpah. She births Gad, Asher. Leah conceives anew, births Issachar, Zebulun. At last Rachel conceives, births Joseph. Children's names frequently mirror mothers' feelings, aspirations, sorrows. Via trickery, toil, kin rivalries, Jacob faces past deeds' results. Yet within, divine's vow progresses, forming him into vast nation. Post Joseph's birth, Jacob told Laban, "Release me to return homeland. Grant wives, children, serve for them, let me depart. You recognize my efforts." Laban replied, "If favored, stay. Divination shows Almighty blesses me via you." Added, "Set your compensation, I pay." Jacob suggests seemingly poor deal, seeking only marked spotted beasts. Yet via breeding choices, perhaps holy aid, Jacob amasses great wealth. Laban's sons resent. They claim, Jacob seizes father's all, builds riches from fathers. Jacob observes Laban's changed demeanor. Almighty tells Jacob, "Return ancestors' land, your folk, I accompany you." Jacob shares with Rachel Leah. They endorse, noting father's unfairness. During shearing, Laban absent, Jacob loads children, wives on camels, drives stock ahead, escapes. Rachel takes father's home idols. Jacob tricks Laban, fleeing unannounced. Crosses river, aims Gilead hills. Third day, Laban learns of flight. Pursues 7 days, overtakes in Gilead hills. Divine visits Laban in night dream, warns, beware speaking to Jacob good or ill. Confrontation ensues. Laban charges Jacob with secret escape, idol theft. Jacob permits camp search. Rachel, seated on idols, tricks father, claiming monthly cycle prevents rising. Jacob vents 2 decades grievances. 20 years with you. Use goats bore safely. Ate no flock rams. Brought no beast torn remains. Bore losses myself. You claim pay for stolen, day or night. Heat drained me days, cold nights, sleep evaded. That's 20 years you're home. 14 years for daughters, 6 for flocks, wages altered 10 times. If ancestors divine, Abraham's divine, Isaac's fear, not with me, you dismiss me bare. But divine saw hardship, hand toil, rebuked you last night. They forge pact. Erect stone pile as testimony, vowing no harm. Laban terms it Jegar Sahadutha Aramaic. Jacob Gallied Hebrew. Both signify witness mound. Dawn. Laban kissed grandchildren, daughters, favored them, departed home. This parting closes key Jacob chapter. Exits Haran. No youth runaway, but family head with vast thriving kin. En route, divine messengers encounter him. He declares divine's encampment. Names site Mahanam. Jacob dispatches envoys to Esau, announcing return. Envoys' report frightens. Esau approaches with 400. Terrified, Jacob splits group 2 camps, reasoning, if Esau strikes one, other flees. Then prays earnestly. Oh, ancestors, divine Abraham, Isaac, Almighty, you commanded, return country, kin. I prosper you, unworthy all mercy, loyalty shown servant. Cross Jordan's staff alone, now 2 camps. Rescue me, pray, from brother Esau. Fear he attacks me, mothers, children too. Yet, you vowed surely prosper you, heirs like uncountable sea sand. Jacob readies ample Esau gift, sends separate herds ahead to soften brother. Night, Jacob rises, takes wives, servants, 11 sons, crosses Jabbok ford, sends them over stream, all belongings. Jacob remains solitary. A figure wrestles him till dawn. Figure, unable to overpower, strikes Jacob's hip socket, dislocating it amid struggle. Figure says, release me. Dawn breaks. Jacob insists, not unless you favor me. Figure asks, your name? Jacob? He replies. Figure declares, no longer Jacob, but Israel, for struggled with divine humans prevailed. Jacob requests, your name please. Figure queries, why seek my name? Favors him there. Jacob names Site Peniel, saw divine face to face, life spared. Sun rises as he passes Peniel, limping hip. Dreaded Esau encounter arrives. Jacob sees Esau nearing 400 men. Divides children. Maids, offspring front, Leah, hers next, Rachel, Joseph last. Advances himself, bows ground 7 times nearing brother. Yet Esau rushes, hugs Jacob, arms around neck, kisses. Both weep. Healing, surprising, potent. Years mend past hurts. Jacob urges Esau take gifts. Accept offering brought, divine gracious to me, I possess enough. Post-reunion, brothers separate peacefully. Jacob reaches Sukkot, builds home, livestock stalls. Later arrives Shechem, Canaan safely, purchases land plot, raises altar, names El Elohe, Israel divine, Israel's divine. Tranquility brief. Daughter Dinah, Leah's to Jacob, visits local women. Shechem, Hammerhivite's son, area leader, seizes, assaults her. Though Shechem loves Dinah, seeks marriage, Jacob's sons, Simeon, Levi chiefly, scheme vengeance. Trick Shechem men into circumcision for union, then assault during recovery, slay all males. Jacob horrified. Tell Simeon, Levi, trouble you cause, odious to locals, Canaanites, parasites. Few we number. If unite against attack, household destroyed. Divine directs Jacob to Bethel. Jacob instructs household, discard alien deities with you, cleanse, change garb, then ascend Bethel. build altar to divine, who aided distress day, accompanied everywhere. Bethel, divine renews vow, affirms name shift. Divine tells, Jacob your name, no more Jacob. Israel your name, so named Israel. Divine says, I all-powerful divine. Fruitful, multiply. Nation, nations assembly from you, kings your heirs. Land to Abraham, Isaac, to you, heirs after. From Bethel to Ephrath, Rachel labors, birth difficult. Midwife encourages. Fear not, another son. Dying breath, names son Benoni. Father names Benjamin. Rachel perishes, buried Ephrath wrote, that is Bethlehem. Rachel's passing crushes Jacob. Later, region dwelling, Reuben unites with father concubine Bilhah. Israel learns. Act impacts Reuben's family status long term. Jacob returns father Isaac Mamre, near Kiriath Arba, Hebron, Abraham. Isaac resided. Isaac lives 180, expires, joins ancestors, aged, life full. Sons Esau, Jacob interim. Focus shifts Joseph, Jacob's cherished son. Israel favored Joseph above others, old age birth. Crafted ornate tunic. Brothers saw father favored him, hated, spoke no kindness. Joseph's visions heighten envy. Dreams his grain bundle rises, brothers bow. Another, sun, moon, 11 stars bow him. Visions, ill-received even by father, previewed Joseph's family savior role. Brothers conspire, spot him afar. Dreamer arrives, they mock. Plan murder, cistern toss, claim beast devoured. Reuben intervenes, no life take, cistern throw, no harm. Plans father return. Judah proposes, sell Ishmaelites. Gain what killing brother. He can. Agree. Extract Joseph's cistern. Sell 20 silver shekels Ishmaelites, Egypt bound. Slay goat. Dip tunic blood. Present father. Found this your son's tunic? Jacob identifies. Declares, son's tunic. Beast tore him. Joseph shredded surely. Jacob rips clothes, dons mourning cloth, grieves Sundays many. Sons, daughters comfort, he rejects. States, mourn till joined son grave. Father wept him. Sorrow years ensue. Later, land famine. Jacob hears Egypt grain. Tells sons, why stare? Herd Egypt grain. Go by, live, not perish. Triggers events to reunion, disclosure, salvation. After turns, Simeon detained Egypt. Benjamin required next. Judah's vow, Jacob yields. Says, if necessary, do thus. Pack land's finest products bags. Gift to man. Bombed, honey bit, spices, myrrh, pistachios, almonds. Double silver carry. Return sack, mouth silver, maybe error. Take brother, return man promptly. May all-powerful grant mercy before man. Release other brother, Benjamin. Me, if bereft, bereft. Egypt, Joseph discloses to brothers. Sends message Jacob. Rush father, tell son Joseph says, divine made me Egypt lord. Come, delay not. Dwell Goshen near you, children, grandchildren, flocks, herds all. Provide you 5 famine years remain. Else you household, all destitute. Brothers report. Joseph lives, rules Egypt. Jacob stunned. Disbelieves. But hear Joseph's words. See transport carts. Jacob's spirit revives. Israel declares. Convinced. Son Joseph lives. Go see him before death. Divine addresses Israel night vision. Jacob, Jacob. Here, replies. Divine says, I divine, Father divine. Fear not Egypt descent. Make you great nation there. I descend to Egypt with you. Surely return you. Joseph's hand closes your eyes. Egypt journey, Joseph reunion. Goshen settlement, Pharaoh meeting, occur. Jacob Egypt 17 years. Life years 147. Final, adopts Joseph's Ephraim, Manasseh hands crossed. Greater favor younger Ephraim, mirroring divine pattern. Favors 12 sons, symbolic prophecies mold Israel tribe's future. Burial directions clear. Near joint ancestors. Enter me, fathers, Ephron Hittite cave, Machpelah field, near Mamre Canaan. Abraham purchased field burial from Ephron. There Abraham, Sarah interred, Isaac, Rebekah, I interred Leah. Jacob finishes son's instructions, draws feet bed, last breath, joins ancestors. Joseph falls on father, weeps, kisses. Direct servants, physicians embalm Israel. 40 days embalm. Egyptians mourn 70 days. Grand procession Canaan enters Machpelah cave per request. Jacob's existence, struggles, deceit, loss, harmony, testifies divine loyalty, human intricacy. Journey illustrates. Divine uses failures, battles, achieve aims. What insights from this leader's life? How links Jacob's tale your faith path? Change possible, everyone. As divine acted Jacob's life, desires yours too.